doing tonight?
Okay, call up the Gillises to come over. We'll play some canasta.
Can't you think of something besides the Gillises?
Yeah, we could go down to the Melrose Alleys and watch them bowl.
I'm afraid the excitement would be too much for me.
I know. Why don't you and me and Junior play authors? Last time we played, I had Shakespeare and Longfellow back-to-back when the Morrises came busting in.
Mom means take her to the show.
What for? I can sleep better in my own chair than in one of them loges. That don't cost me nothing.
Well, I'm a little fed up staying home every night listening to you snore.
Well, where do you want to go?
Out. Other husbands take their wives out to the theater and dinner every once in a while.
Every time I ask you to go to the theater, you say no.
I'm not interested in a bon-ton girly burlesque. Taken me to a real theater for as long as I can remember.
I can't go running around being one of them playboys. I don't make that kind of money.
Well, you'd have enough if you didn't throw it away on foolish gadgets.
Foolish gadgets? What foolish gadgets? Name one.
The diver's helmet that you paid $5 for.
I got petunias planted in that, ain't I?
The ski boots that turned out to be both for the left foot.
And the stuffed rattlesnake and the shrunken head.
You keep out of this, Junior. Your mother's thinking of enough.
The $7 that you paid for that idiotic chiming watch.
This watch is worth $50. It's a genuine antique. It belonged to Julius Caesar.
Julius Caesar never had a watch.
How do you know? What were you, one of his knights of the bathtub?
Well, you two continue this dazzling argument. I'm going to bed.
It's only 7:30. You sleepy already?
No. I'm bored. Unutterably bored. I'm bored stiff.
I can't figure her out. She's got a house to clean, meals to cook, you two kids to look after, dishes to wash, laundry, floors to scrub, and she's bored. What more does she want?
No, just what you mean, Ralph. With Honey Beards, the Marambo Club, the Pineapple Grove, theaters, picture shows every night in a week.
How do you afford that?
I don't take her. That's my system.
That's a pretty good system.
Sure.
But I gotta take Peg. She deserves it.
How about the planned picnic?
Well, that ain't for 3 months yet.
So for 3 months, you describe it to her. Hey, these rivets are no good, Ryle. We better take them over to old Steel Puss.
Let me see that. Yeah, they're pretty bad.
Sure.
Why monkey with the foreman? Let's show these to the big boss.
Are you nuts? He ain't interested in rivets.
If we show him the old Steel Puss, he'll take all the credit. Come on.
I don't think this is the right thing to do, Ryle.
And I would appreciate an answer at your earliest convenience to the matter at hand. Et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. That all the mail, Miss Bowser?
All except these tickets for the dinner.
What tickets to what dinner?
The Donors Society. It's a dinner for the rehabilitation of the Choctaw Indians at the Ritzmore. $25 a plate.
I seem to be on every sucker list in the country.
Yes, sir, you certainly are. Shall I send him a check?
Of course not. Drop them in the wastebasket.
Yes, sir.
And take a memo to Mr. Coswell.
Will you let it alone, Ryle?
It got stuck.
You probably added a couple of grand on the payroll already.
What is that?
Well, I'll go see Mr. Cunningham. What are you doing to that adding machine?
I was doing a problem for my son Junior, and it got stuck.
Now, what are you two doing in here anyway?
We want to see Mr. Cunningham.
What's the nature of your business?
We got defective rivets.
Yes?
Two workmen to see you. They say they've got rivets.
We got what?
We got defective rivets!
Send them in.
Come on, Gillis. Good morning, Mr. Cunningham.
Well, Riley, Gillis, what can I do for you?
We came across this batch of defective rivets, Mr. Cunningham. We thought you might be interested in them.
Yes, I would like to know about them. I'm glad you brought them to me.
Yeah, why, sure. Well, one of these rivets could have got into an airplane. Maybe a general's riding in it. They're flying over a mountain. All of a sudden, crack! The rivet gives away. Crack, 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 boom! Sorry, Mr. Cunningham. I'll mop it up.
Never mind. Winnie, bring in a towel. Give me those rivets.
What rivets?
You threw them in a wastebasket.
Huh? Oh.
papers. The water's ruining them.
You want these tickets, Mr. Cunningham?
If I'd wanted them, I wouldn't have dropped them in the wastebasket. Here, mop off this photo and get me a new blotter.
Yes, sir.
Here they are, Mr. Cunningham. The whole batch is just like this.
Hand them to Gillis. Now, you put them on a desk. And leave them there. I'll take care of them. That'll be all, Riley.
You should have quit when you were ahead. You see, you almost got us fired.
Yeah, but look what I found.
What are they?
2 tickets to a swell banquet.
Did you take those off the boss's desk?
No, I found them in the wastebasket. He said he didn't want them.
Well, what do you want with them?
I'm going to take my peg and blow her to a swell meal at the Ritzmore.
Well, this is a dinner for the Choctaw Indians.
So what? I can eat just as much as they can.
And faster.
Winnie, bring another towel. Good evening. They must be Choctaws.
Riley, you don't speak to strangers in a place like this.
Why not? We got on as good clothes as they have.
Next time you rent a tux, let me go with you. Oh, look at that tie. There.
Huh, thanks, Dumpling. Gee, you look wonderful. I bet I got the prettiest girl at the banquet.
I'll bet you tell that to all the girls. I've had this dress for at least 3 years.
If I wasn't a married man, I'd propose to you.
You know something?
What?
If I wasn't a married woman, I'd accept you.
Oh, here it is. Banquet room.
Are you sure you got those tickets from Mr. Cunningham?
Oh, yeah, sure. He wasn't going to use them. Knock on the door, Peggy.
Well, you don't knock. You go right in.
It says private.
You have tickets. Open the door.
Some joint, huh, Peg?
Very nice.
They don't let no bums in here. When I take you out first class.
Good evening. May I have your invitation?
Huh? What you say?
The tickets, Riley.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, bud.
Thank you. Won't you please be seated just a moment?
Where's he going with them tickets?
Probably to assign us a table.
I want a receipt.
Sit down, Riley. Everything will be all right.
Oh, here we are, madam.
Obviously.
Well, I suppose Carl will be back in a minute. Sit down, Felicity. Ah, I see we have company. I'm Cecil Spencer Kendrick, the third.
How do you do?
You mean there's 2 more of you inside?
Oh, jolly good old room. Jolly good, eh, Felicity? 2 more of me inside.
Quite droll.
Yes. May I present my wife, Mrs. Kendrick?
How do you do? I'm Mrs. Chester Riley.
I'm Chester A. Riley, the first.
First. Oh, yes.
Charmed, I'm sure.
Quite a good turnout. Eh, what?
I didn't say nothing. He asked me a question.
I haven't seen you at any of our meetings before. Are you one of us?
Well, we ain't pure Choctaws, but my grandpa was part Siwash. That was old Grandpa Sourbelly.
Mr. and Mrs. Kendrick, 1,000 pardons.
Yeah, Carl. Table 17.
Come, Bill. Let's go to our table.
Right, Harold. Well, old boy, see you about. Eh, what?
About what? Well, old boy, where is our table? What?
I'm sorry. There seems to be some discrepancy about the ticket.
Don't give me that discrepancy, but I gave you the tickets when I came in.
I mean, on checking them, Mrs. Grover discovered that they weren't paid for. There is no reservation.
Those were Mr. Cunningham's tickets.
I'm sorry, madam. There's no entry against the numbers.
Riley.
Oh, don't worry. I got money. I can pay for them. How much?
$25 a plate.
We don't want the plates, just the food.
$25 per person.
$25.
It's a donor's dinner, sir.
Well, I'm a donor at the blood bank. I'll give you a pint of...
Riley.
If you haven't the cash, your check will be satisfactory. It all goes to the Choctaws.
Will the Choctaws take an IOU? Wait a minute, Ted. Just forget it. My wife's got a headache. We can... Hey, excuse me. I lost my wife. Hey! Ain't you even going to say goodbye?
Bye.
I thought the tickets were paid for, Peggy. You gotta believe me.
I don't want to talk about it.
Just say anything. Bore me out. Hit me with something if you want to, but just talk to me.
Very well, Riley. I was never so humiliated in my life. Suppose that had happened in the dining room in front of all those people.
I was just trying to take you to a swell dinner.
I don't care about swell dinners. It's just going out with you once in a while. Doesn't matter if it's a hamburger stand in a third-run movie. That would satisfy me.
You deserve the best, Peg. Nothing's too good for you.
I know that's how you feel, and I appreciate it, but trying to put on the ritz and cutting corners will get anybody into trouble. Tell me the truth about this, dear. Don't try and pretend.
I feel awful, Peg.
Oh, forget it. I forgive you. Now, run on to work.
Gee, Peg, I don't know what anyone like you ever saw in a big lug like me. So long.
Hey, Ralph, you ain't gonna eat that sandwich. Give it to me, will you? Honeybee got soap on this one. No use starving at that just because you and Peg had a fight.
We made up, but I still feel like a heel.
Well, what do you expect? Taking your wife to an Indian dinner, making out like you're Buffalo Bill.
I was just trying to show her a good time.
You got me in a mess, too. Now, Honeybee says I gotta take her out tonight.
Did you say no?
You think I'm nuts? She should be with the government. All she knows about the flying saucers.
Where are you taking her?
To the Marambo.
The Marambo, that costs a fortune.
Now, if you play it smart the way I'm gonna with Louis.
Who's Louis?
He's a waiter in the joint.
You mean you know a waiter at the Marambo?
I don't know him personal, but he went to school with a pal of mine, see? He's got a racket.
What racket?
If you want to go, my pal calls up and makes a reservation at one of Louis' tables, see? Then you go in and drink champagne, eat Rockefeller's oysters, broiled pheasants under glass, grape Suzettes.
What's crepe Suzette?
That's pancakes soaked in kerosene. Then they set them on fire.
Ain't they kind of hot?
You don't eat them until they're burned out.
Well, how do you pay for all this?
That's where the racket comes in. When it's time for the check, you slip Louis an IOU. He pays the cashier out of his own pocket. Then you pay him $1 a week plus 10% interest. That way the cafe gets theirs and everybody's happy.
Well, ain't that kind of dishonest?
No, it's just usury.
Oh.
Riley, you gotta know the ropes in town. You gotta play it smart like I do. Now, maybe I could fix it for you and Peg, to come with us.
Well, thanks, but I don't think... What I mean is I ain't never gonna take Peg no place again I can't pay for.
Okay, Ryle. I'm just trying to learn you to be smart, that's all.
What's peasants?
Your name, sir. Your address and number in family.
What did I do? I didn't do nothing.
Oh, yes, you did. You most certainly did.
I just came in to buy some flowers. I didn't know the joint was closed.
My congratulations, sir. You are the 1,000th customer of Forley's local branch. You have a family.
Oh, yeah, I got a wonderful wife and a son and a daughter.
Your name, sir?
Chester A. Ratty. I just came in to get some daisies for my wife. They're her favorite.
2 orchid corsages and all the pyrethrum roseum in the shop.
But I just want to get some daisies. I only got $2.
Oh, sir, your money is no good, and the flowers are complimentary. And you and your family are to dine tonight at the famous Marumbo as guests of Forley Incorporated.
Hey! Hey!
Holy smokes, Pop. You been to a funeral?
I got some posies for your mother. Where is she?
She's all right.
Oh, Peg, I got great news. Oh, I brought you some some daisies. Hey,
Oh, that's very sweet of you. What's your wonderful news?
you and me and the kids are having dinner tonight at the famous Marambo Club.
Oh, boy.
I suppose you're paying for it with a pint of blood.
Oh, no. This is all free. No Choctaws, no Zulus, no nothing mixed up in it. We're going to be interviewed. We're going to have a picture taken.
Calm
then we're
down,
gonna-
Roddy. Now sit down. Tell me all about it. Now, I want the absolute truth this time, point by point.
Yeah, well, I ran into this fella, see, at the florist shop.
Very well. I see. Yes, I understand. Well, getting back to work as soon as possible. Oh, Sam.
Yes, sir?
Louis got the flu. Can't work tonight. You'll have to take his tables. 2, 4, 6, and 8.
Yes, sir.
That's what I call good eating. Why can't you cook like that?
Pay me $1,000 a month, I'll go to cooking school.
When I take you out, you go places and do things. You're married to a smart cookie.
Are you sure that was Louis waiting on us?
Stop worrying. This is table 4. Louis' table.
Didn't seem very chummy when he was serving us.
That's playing it smart. He ain't tipping his nip.
Your checks are $38.
There you are, Louis.
What's this?
My IOU. The dinner was excellent. Come on, honeybee, let's get moving. Give Louis another chance.
As soon as I fix my mouth.
Your checks, sir, $38. Cash.
I'm a friend of Clyde Garfinkel's. Take care of the check, Louis.
I'm afraid I don't understand, sir.
Stop clowning. You are Louis, ain't you?
No, sir. Louis is ill tonight. I'm Sam.
It's getting so that you can't trust nobody.
Come join us, eh?
Daddy, I'm so thrilled.
Oh, it's very nice, dear.
When do we eat?
Right now, step over the rope, Peg.
Good evening. You have a reservation, sir?
Oh, the name is Chester A. Riley.
Oh, yes, madame. You're the guests of Forley's Incorporated. This way, please.
Right, kid.
Your table is ready.
Thank you. Oh, just a minute. You ain't got no sale on plates at $25 a crack, have you?
Beg your pardon, sir?
Mr. Riley means that the check has been taken care of?
Oh, but surely, madame. Everything has been settled by Forley. Table 8 for Mr. Riley and family?
Yes.
What out, Mom? He pulled the chair out.
Junior, he's supposed to.
Junior, that's high class. Now pull the chair out for your sister.
What's the fun if she knows I'm doing it?
Do what I tell you.
Ah, heck.
dinner?
It's all been arranged, sir. Shall I serve cocktails?
Oh, I'll have tomato juice, please.
I think I'll have that, too. I'll have a cocktail.
You have tomato juice. Make it 4, and we like some rolls and butter.
Yes, sir. Busboy.
Look, Swan. Here comes Mr. Gilman.
Hello, Ryle.
Gillis, I didn't know you worked nights.
Night, Saturday, Sunday, holidays.
What happened, Gillis?
Louis fell down on me.
Where's Honeybee?
Cigars. Cigars. Cigarettes. Hello, folks. If you're dependent on Louis, I got another tray for Peg.
Honeybee, what does it mean?
Well, here we are, home again. You kids have a good time?
Oh, it was wonderful, Daddy.
Sure was swell eats. But you kids get to bed. Tomorrow's Saturday, and you can sleep late.
We will, Mom. Good night.
Good night.
Good night, Pop. And Daddy, you're a keen dancer.
Oh, I can still shake it up.
You sure can, Pop. And you got more to shake than the rest of us.
Thanks for a wonderful evening, dear.
Oh, don't mention it, Dublin. Say, how did you like that interview I made up out of my own head? My wife's my best friend and severest critic.
Oh, it was very original.
I even got Gillis and Honeybee out of hock. Imagine him going to teach me how to be smart.
Well, let that be a lesson to you. And remember your promise. Don't ever try to impress me by taking me places you can't afford.
Well, I'll do even better than that. I promise never to take you out again. What do you think of that?
Oh, Riley, you're inimitable.
And charming, and good-looking, and tired. Come on, let's get...